Welcome back to my channel. Yes, we have an amazing math question to solve. Let me zoom this out so that you can see it more. Okay, so this is the question. We are asked to find the area of the shaded portion. Okay, um first of all, I want you to know that this is not drawn to scale, and these two shaded portions, both of them are quadrants of a circle. So because this is smaller, okay, you know that from the center of this circle to this point is the radius of the circle, and it should be equal to from this point to this point. So let's name our rectangle A, B, C, D, and their point where they meet this particular quadrant, this point, let's call it point E, and let's call this point F. Now let's call this the meeting point M. Okay, now because this is a quadrant, and from E to C is the radius, then C to M is also the radius. So EC should be equal to CM, which is equal to small r. Let's call the radius small r. Similarly, MD should be equal to DF. Let's call it capital R. Okay, so this capital R and this is capital R. Now I want you to remember that this A to C should be equal to B to D because this is a rectangle, right? Yeah, I want to check something. I want to check how wide this is. Okay, all right, let me zoom it in a bit. Now look at this. Remember that, like I said, AC will be equal to BD, all right? And that is because this is a rectangle. So we can say AC is equal to BD. Now, let's call that side L, okay? The side L. So AC is equal to BD, which is equal to L. Now, AC is same thing as 16 plus small r. So we can say that 16 plus small r is equal to L. Yeah, so it simply means that small r is L. This 16 will cross to become minus 16. Now let's call this equation 1. Now similarly, 14 plus r should be equal to L as well, right? So 14 plus capital R should be equal to L. So it means that capital R is L minus 14. Let's call this equation 2. But remember that small r plus capital R, right, should be equal to 18 because AB is equal to CD. So small r plus capital R is equal to 18. So we can write small r plus capital R is equal to 18. But small r is L minus 16. L minus 16 plus capital R is L minus 14. L minus 14 is equal to 0. So if we write this well, we have L plus capital L plus L, and minus 16 minus 14 is equal to 0. Please hit the subscription button and turn on your notification bell if this is the first time you are seeing us here. We wouldn't like to miss in our next video, which is why you don't need to forget to do that. Give us a thumbs up if you're actually enjoying this video, and tune in as you're convenient. You see something new to watch. Yeah, by God's grace, by His strength, because uploading every day is not easy. Yeah, but we're going to keep trying. So tune in as your confidence, by the grace of God, you will see something new to watch. Yeah. Back to what we are doing, don't mind me. Now L plus L is 2L, right? We have 2L, and minus 16 minus 14 is minus 30 is equal to 0. Okay, now I think we made mistakes somewhere. This place R plus capital R is equal to 18, not 0. So this is 18 and this is 18. Okay, and this should be equal to 18. 018 is still 18. All right. So we're going to transfer this minus 30 to the other side. So we have 2L is equal to 18 plus 30. So 2L is equal to 48. Now dividing both sides by 2, we're going to have 2L over 2 is equal to 48 over 2, right? Now 2 we cancel 2, we have L is equal to 24. Now, is this is it really necessary? Yes, it is. I'm going to tell you in a jiffy. But for now, let us go back. Remember that r, small r is L minus 16. Okay, so we need to get our small r. But small r is L minus 16. So this implies that r, small r, is equal to L is 24 minus 16. So it simply means that r, small r, sorry, is 8. So the small r is 8 units. Also, capital R is, let's check that. So capital R is L minus 14. You can see that, right? So we have L minus 14. So capital R is our L is 24 minus 14. So the capital R is 10. You understand? So now let us find the area of the shaded portion. So like I said, I will explain. Let me zoom this out. Yeah. So if you look at this diagram now, you are going to notice that, like I said, this is a quadrant and this is a quadrant. And the area of this small quadrant plus the area of the big quadrant will give us the area of the shaded portion. Now, area of a quadrant. So area of a quadrant is equal to pi r squared divided by 4. So for the shaded portion, area of the shaded portion should be equal to area of the first quadrant plus area of the second quadrant, right? So area of the shaded portion should be pi. For the first quadrant, which is the smaller one, is going to be small r squared over 4 plus. For the bigger one, is going to be pi. The radius is capital R squared over 4. So we have area of the shaded portion is equal to, now we have pi. Remember that small r is 8. So our small r is 8. So it's going to be 8 squared divided by 4, right? Plus, now this is going to be pi. Capital R is 10. So we have 10 squared over 4. So the area of the shaded portion should be pi. 8 squared is 64 over 4 plus pi. 10 squared is 100 over 4. So the area of the shaded portion is, they share the same denominator, right? So we can repeat 64 pi plus 100 pi. So area of the shaded portion is 164 pi divided by 4. So the area of the shaded portion is 4. We divide this to give us 4, divide this to give us 1. So we're left with 41 pi units squared. And that is the answer in terms of pi. You can press your calculator to get the answer in decimal form. Thank you so much for watching. See you in my next video. Bye.